welcome back to my channel, or welcome if you are new, and welcome to Winterween. I am so excited Winterween is back. It is one of my favorite readathons to participate in, and if you don't know what Winterween is, I'm sure you do, but in case you don't, it is a readathon put on by Gabby from Gabby Reads. It is a way to bring the scary season into different parts of the year. There is Summerween, which was literally huge, epic. It was so freaking fun, and these readathons just keep getting bigger and bigger. There's merch, oh my gosh, there's everything. I will link the Instagram below because it is not too late to participate, even though it has already started. We're only halfway through, so like if you want to participate, you can still get on it and participate in the rest of the week. This is my first vlog of 2 for the week, and I'm just so excited. I'm so excited it's finally here. I literally have been counting down. So before we get into the vlog, I wanted to go over the prompts with you and what I will be reading for each one of them. So I have my phone here. Let's see. Prompt number 1 is to read a book in the dark, which like this will apply to any one of these because I do read before bed, and like the only light that I have is like a little bed light, so like that counts. So any one of these. So moving on to prompt number 2 is to read a book with a witch on the cover, and for that I chose The Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches. I have had this on my TBR for a hot minute. I have been seeing this go around, and this seems like it is going to be right up my street. It is giving me 5-star energy already. This is a cozy fantasy slash romantasy, if you will, and literally right on the cover has everything that I need to know. It says, a warm and witchy hug of a book, which like, could you want anything else this time of year? Like, I want witchy in different parts of the year. You make it cozy and perfect for winter, and I am there. I also heard that this includes found family. If you know anything about me, it's my favorite trope on the freaking planet, so I'm very excited for this one. So that is what I will be reading for the witchy prompt. Prompt number 3 is to read a book with a snowy winter setting. I have 2 options. I was gonna do this, and that's 4. I have 2 options for this. The first one is Winterwood by Shay Earnshaw, and the second one is The Winter People by Jennifer McMahon. This, I believe, is more of like a witchy fantasy story. All I know about this is that we are following a girl who is perceived to be a witch, like her family has been assumed to be witches for their entire existence, but only they know the truth, whatever that means. And one day she is walking through the woods and she stumbles across this boy, and she takes him in to like take care of him, and some things happen. So I have read from Shay Earnshaw before. I really love The Wicked Deep. I've read A History of Wire Places, which was like just okay. So we will see where I land with this one. And then we have Jennifer McMahon's The Winter People, which is more of a horror, which takes place in Vermont, which already gives me snowy vibes because if you know anything about Vermont, they get inundated with snow. They get inundated. You say snow in Vermont, it's like hand in hand. Hand in hand. So this takes place in Vermont. We are following 2 timelines in true Jennifer McMahon fashion. I don't really know too much more than that, but from what I gather, The Winter People is more of like a folklore folk tale, or a horror tale, if you will. So I don't know, we'll have to see how that works in, but I have had this on my TBR for literally years, so I am so excited to get to this and finally read it. That'll cover, hopefully, I believe this is also like a snowy setting, so hopefully this will cover my snowy wintry prompt. And then prompt number 4 is to read a book with purple on the cover, so I could count A Very Secret Society of Irregular Witches for that as well, because there's a ton of purple here. But also, I wanted to add in one more just in case any shenanigans happens. I have Their Vicious Games. There is a lot of purple details in this little perfume bottle, if you will. It's really hard to see from this far away. Girlfriend's got a lot of purple eyeshadow going on, so we have it covered here. And this is a YA thriller. It takes place at a school. I don't believe this is like quite dark academia, but it does take place at a school, and I've heard it compared to Pretty Little Liars in the sense of like the darkness of the game that goes on, because obviously they're vicious games. I'm assuming we have this really dark game going on, and that's kind of the vibe that I've gotten, but like way less cheesy and over dramatic, and just take it down a few notches in like the dark category. So that's what I've heard about this one. That's all I need to know. You say Pretty Little Liars comparison and like, I'm gonna be there. The show, okay? Not the books, the show. I know. Is it bad for me to admit that I love it? I love it, okay? I can't help myself. It's over the top and dramatic and cheesy. I love it. So that'll cover my purple prompt. And then last prompt is to read a book with a W in the title. So we have, obviously, this one works for the witches. We have Winterwood, and we have the Winter People. Is it a bit much? Maybe, but like that's how I roll with readathons. So we just wanted to fit the prompts across the board. You just never know what's gonna happen. So that is what I will be reading this week. Now let's just go ahead and get into the vlog. Long time no vlog. I really can't believe how long it's been since I've vlogged, and I feel like I have so much to catch you up on, but I also don't want to like word vomit in this first vlog, but there's plenty of time to catch you up on life over the past few months. I did not plan on taking like a break from vlogging. I mean, obviously I was still posting videos on my channel, but I didn't plan to take a break from vlogging, but it just worked out that way. Some of my video plans just didn't go to the way that I wanted them to. Some of my TBRs for vlogs completely failed, so I was like, you know what, instead of forcing it to like just to put something out, I'm just gonna take a break, take a step back, and then come back when I feel ready. And like, what better time than Winterween? It is officially day one of Winterween. Sprint's just started. I am beyond excited for this week. I have been looking forward to it and counting down, and I honestly thought it started next week. I'm not even gonna lie, but it doesn't. It's today, the 5th, and we are here, and we are stoked for all of the things that we plan on reading this week. I'm also going to use this week as kind of like a little reset vlog. So I will have 2 vlogs going up this week. The first one will go up on Tuesday, as you know, today, as you're seeing this, and then the second one will go up on Friday. So I'm just gonna split it into 2 just to make life a little bit easier, and so that's not like a million miles long. But I also am going to use this time as to do like a little beginning of the year reset. I would like to declutter my clothes and just declutter the apartment overall. Have over the past like few weeks or so been getting rid of things slowly but surely. Our neighbors next door, our landlord, got them a dumpster because they are moving out, and so we were able to like dump a bunch of things into the dumpster that were like trash, you know, not obviously things that I would donate. So now that the trash is gone and like just things that were like broken and that kind of thing, you know, like old shelves, stuff like that. Now that that's all out of the apartment, I want to do like a good reset and just go and like overall declutter, because I do feel like there's still things in here that like we don't use that aren't trash worthy, obviously, that I would rather donate. I, like I said, want to go through my clothes, so we're gonna do kind of like a reset along with Winterween, and I mean, if that's like not me in a nutshell, reading and also decluttering and doing resets. Yes, that is me in a nutshell. Hi, hello, nice to meet you. So that's kind of the plan. So it is, like I said, currently Friday. I don't know who I was when I was writing my to-do list yesterday. I apparently was an overachiever yesterday because I looked at my to-do list this morning and was like, there's no way that one human can accomplish all of that today. So I decided to move some things around and push some things off. I really was like trying to get ahead in my schedule, which I will still be able to do. I just can't do everything that I put down. So I shuffled some things around. This morning I spent time shooting the content for the Instagram prompts for Winterween. I wanted to get ahead on those because I feel like sometimes, especially like with over the weekend, it's supposed to be like a cold, maybe possibly snowy weekend here, which just means I'm gonna be hunkered down and reading. I'm not going to, and like doing the house things, I'm not gonna want to be able to like shoot content, that kind of thing. So I spent the morning doing that, getting ahead for the Instagram prompts. I don't always do the Instagram prompts, but I really wanted to participate like all the way this time. I'm obviously starting my vlog now, and that was on my to-do list. Yesterday me thought that I could film 2 videos today. With what time? It's already 2 p.m., 2:30. That's not happening. And they were for like 2 weeks ahead. What in the world was I doing yesterday? I don't know. I do have a couple of other things that I'm going to shoot for content, and then I do have a couple of things that just like admin-y things, like I have to pay some bills, send some emails, do that, and then we are gonna start reading. I'm gonna put this down because I feel like I'm gonna end up throwing that pen at some point. I think I'm going to start on the, that is so blown out because the window's right here and it's sunny. I'm gonna start on the winter people first. I think that's the vibe. I think that's the vibe for today. I feel like I should start with the scary and the horror. I've also been reading a lot of like fantasy and mystery. So I haven't read a horror in a long time, or at least what feels like forever. And I think this, I don't know if this is completely horror or if it's more thriller. I don't know. It doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. I'm gonna read it. So I think we're gonna start here, but I have those other things to do first, and then we will commence on our reading. So I'm gonna use this first sprint as more of like a productivity sprint, and then start read, and I'm just so excited. So anyways, that was a long-winded hi, hello. I'm trying not to like divulge everything. I have so much to catch you up on, but it's not all gonna happen in this vlog. It'll just happen. It'll happen. So happy Winterween Day 1. I will check back with you when I have an update on the winter people. about 3:30 in the afternoon. As you saw, I spent the morning cleaning up the apartment. I have to clean before I declutter. It's like a must in my book. I can't declutter things if everything else is already messy. I'm also washing my sheets right now, so if you hear the dryer in the background, sorry about it. So yeah, I've been cleaning up, doing that all day long, and then I just sat down on the couch and like zoned out and watched 2 episodes of Criminal Minds and just like relaxed and ate some lunch. But now I'm ready to get back into reading, and I wanted to give you an update on The Winter People. So I am really enjoying this so far. I will say it took me a hot second to get into because there is a lot happening in this book, like a lot. First of all, we have the dual timeline in true Jennifer McMahon fashion, which I really enjoy. Sometimes it can be confusing, but I really enjoy it. I just think it adds something to the story instead of it just being straight and linear. I like that we have a dual timeline. And we also have like 4 or 5 different perspectives and kind of 3 different mysteries going on within this book, and I'm sure they're all going to connect back to each other eventually and kind of overlap, but right now they're all separate, so it took me a minute to get into. We have kind of this timeline in 1908 where we have this couple who has suffered like tragedy after tragedy after tragedy. They have suffered from miscarriages, their son passed away when he was only like 2 months old, and now their daughter has gone missing. So you can imagine like the turmoil that they've gone through, and also just overall this woman, she has suffered a lot in her life. Overall, she's lost family members, and there's always been some sort of like mystery going on within their family of, you know, is it magic? Is it a little bit of witchcraft? That kind of thing. There's just been a lot of like talk. Is it like folklore? That kind of thing. And so we have that 1908 timeline. We are also getting journal entries from the woman. So you kind of have like they're going through it in real time, but then we're also getting journal entries like after the fact or alongside it, which can be kind of confusing, but in this book I think it really works, and I really like the idea of journal entries. I'm a sucker for a journal entry. Like, I just love it. I like to hear people's inner thoughts. So while we are getting like following their present day in 1908, we're also getting journal entries, and I just think it adds something to the story. And then we have actual present day where we have 2 girls who their mom has gone missing in the middle of the night. They don't know what happened, so we're following them, kind of trying to figure out what happened to their mom. Where did she go? These are 2 young girls. They live out in the middle of nowhere in Vermont, which most of the story takes place in Vermont, and I just really enjoy that. So we have that kind of mystery going on, and then we also, in the present day, are following a woman named Catherine whose husband has passed away in a car accident. He said that he was going to be in Boston, like in Cambridge, taking photos because he's a photographer, but turns out he was actually in Vermont, and she has no idea why he was there. So she's kind of trying to figure out, why did he lie before his accident? What was going on? Why was he in Vermont? What was he doing there? And like I said, I'm sure all of these are going to overlap at some point. So it was a little bit hard to follow at first and trying to figure out what mystery was what and what, like, they're not overlapping yet, so you're kind of just following along these characters, and it was a lot at first. But now I am about 155 pages in, and I have a good grasp on it, and I'm really enjoying it so far. I'm really liking the writing, and there's just this overall ominous feeling across the board in this book. Like I said, you don't really know, like, you have the kind of talk about the winter people. There's also talk of these like walkers, which are like people that are brought back from the dead for like 7 days, but I don't know if those are like the same or separate from the winter people. That part's kind of still kind of iffy for me. Like I said, it's kind of like magical folklore witchy talk, but you don't really know what's going on. You're just getting hints of it, but also like everything is snowy. We're in Vermont. It's like stick season. I'm obsessed with Noah Kahn right now, or have been for the past like year or so, and like anything to do with stick season. But like truly, it's like the season of sticks in this book. Yeah, I'm just really enjoying it. Like I said, there's just this overall ominous feeling, and I like that we have these 3 different mysteries going on. In any other book, I feel like it would be really confusing, but because I know it's Jennifer McMahon, and I know that these timelines are going to obviously not cross because they're one's in 1908 and one's in present day, but like have a theme that ties them together. They kind of overlap somehow. I know that it's going to be good, and I'm just really enjoying it and here for the vibes. I'm really here for the vibes. So overall, enjoying it. I'm going to sit down and read. Now I'm on sprints with Gabby, Jesse, and Gavin. That's my plan. I'm going to sit down and read. I don't know if I'll be able to finish this today. Probably not, because I'm not even halfway through yet. I'm like almost there. But I'm also trying not to like rush through all of these books and just read as much as possible. Like I have my 3 books that I want to read, and I can finish them within a week, so I don't really have to like rush through it. And that's kind of one of my intentions for this year, is to really like soak in what I'm reading instead of just trying to like fly through it, because I want to actually be able to remember why I liked a book or why I didn't. And last year I found that kind of difficult at 180 books. So I'm not saying I won't read that many, but I just want to take my time a little bit more. Last year I was really focused on like, especially during readathons, like flying through as many as possible. But then at the end of the week I was like, well, what did I just read? I don't want that to happen. I want to actually like be intentional about the books I'm picking, especially ones that have been on my backlist for like ever, and then, you know, actually remember them and be in it and enjoy it. So, or not enjoy it, but remember why I don't enjoy it. So yeah, anyways, that's my plan. I'm gonna sit and read, and I will update you when I have more to share about the winter people.
I would be up waiting for you if you had to leave. I would wait a lifetime if you were at sea. I just wanna say that I feel.
Hello friends. One thing to know about me, if it comes as a matching set, that's how I'm buying it. I shall not separate the set. Okay, I needed new sweatpants, but like, if it comes matching, that's how I'm going to purchase it. Anyways, these finally came like 3 weeks later from Abercrombie. I was on the hunt for new sweatpants, and I did get a pair from Aerie, but they were sold out in all of the other colors, so I got these from Abercrombie when they were on sale for Black Friday. Never in my life would I spend what the full price is, like ever. So overpriced. But the sale price, I was okay with. Anyways, these are so comfy. I shall be living in these. So if you see them like 1,000 times, yes you do, but no you don't. Okay. Also, in case you were wondering for size reference, I got a medium in each. These are like so baggy and oversized, but the length is like, they fit me just the right length, and I'm only 5'3", so that's something to note. The tan ones that I got are a little bit baggier and a little bit longer, so let's be real. Sizing is never consistent, even if it's the same item. We just know this by now. It's ridiculous, but I just wanted to let you know. I got a medium in the sweatshirt, and it is cropped, but it's like the perfect crop, and it fits perfectly with this, and I love the sizing on this. And then these, so these shall not be going in the dryer. Shall not. But I just wanted to let you know in case you were wondering. They are like, I mean, I have them tied, but they are like a little bit big and baggy, but that's how I wanted them. I am so over everything fitted. Like, no, I need to breathe, and if I'm bloated, I need to be able to feel comfortable. You know? Womanly props. Hello, friends. Do you ever just get the feeling that you should go to the used bookstore today? Because that's me. I was about to go grocery shopping, and I was like, you know what? The used bookstore is literally, and by used bookstore, I mean Savers, which is like the same company as Half Price Books in other parts of the country. So there's only like a small section of used books, but like sometimes I just get this inkling, like, you should go there today. You might find a gem today. And it's literally right down the street from the grocery store. So like, we are gonna do it. We're gonna stop in. Just see. It's the new year. I haven't checked this Savers in forever, so let's go see if we can find any books.
That our love is real. Maybe we should hurry up and seal the deal. Take you there.
Well, not hugely successful, but partly successful. I found 2 books to take home. So I got Roller Girl, which is a graphic novel that just screams me. If you didn't know, I actually love the roller derby. I named my car that looks like a roller skate derby because I love the roller derby. It just screams me, so I had to grab it. I think it's a middle grade, but whatever. And then I also got The Girl Who Drank the Moon, which is also a middle grade that I have heard nothing but incredible things from. I know my friends who love middle grade have rated that like 5 stars, or 4 or 5 stars, and like that's, you know, hugely impressive. I don't know anything about it, but the cover is stunning. It looks like something I will love. And middle grades, they're like $2. So literally spent like $5. I'm a happy camper. I cannot wait to read this Roller Girl graphic novel. I mean, with her blue hair, are you kidding? This looks so cute. I'm so excited.
I would give it all away to do it all again. Make our love a story that would never end. Never thought I'd feel so alive, looking in your eyes. I just wanna love you till the day I die. Take you there. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. If I'm gonna love somebody, I just wanna love you. I just wanna love you right. Love you till the end of time. I just wanna hold you for forever. Every day you're making me better. 'Cause a love like this is rare. And I wanna take you there. Full stop. Can't believe I live in your thoughts. I think about you all the time, morning, evening, and midnight. Such a wonderful delight. Forgo, give up everything that I own. unexpected love was found. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh. So slow, hold you in my arms, won't let go. The world around could pass us by, a thunderstorm, a lightning strike, as we hold each other tight. You're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you. Ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh, you, ooh, ooh, you, you're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say, you're the rose in a garden, and it shows if I'm honest. You're the leaves in mid-August, and I've come out here to say that I love you.
Blue dude, blue moon, kinda mysterious, shaded with someone I'm not really into. Do you need to fix it? Talking.
Hiya friends, it is now Tuesday. I finished The Winter People last night, so I wanted to give you an update. I didn't read anything on Sunday. I don't know what was I just like was not in the mood. I had done so much cleaning on Saturday, and just with the readathon and those reading sprints and everything, I just was a little bit burnt out, and I was like, I just want to zone out on screen time, which like I know, but like sometimes you just need it, you know? Sometimes you just gotta watch some trash TV, you gotta scroll your phone, and you know, I was also doing like laundry and shit like that, but like sometimes you just gotta. And that was the vibe on Sunday. I just was not in the mood to read, and I'm not gonna force it just to read as much as possible. Like that's just not my intention. So I finished The Winter People last night, and I think I'm going to give it 3.5 stars overall. I really enjoyed the writing, I love the dual timeline, and I really love this like ominous feeling that was throughout the entire book, and I really was gripped by like each one of the mysteries at first, and I really wanted to know like how they were all going to come together and intertwine. But I did find myself, you know, towards the like back half there, I want to say like when I hit the 3/4 mark, I was like, oh my God. I just felt like it was dragging on for me, and like I was just ready for it to wrap up, but not in a like page turning kind of way. I wasn't like, oh my God, this is so good, I just want to like keep reading or whatever. I was like, I just want to skip to the end and find out what happens. And it just felt like it dragged on forever and ever and ever. So not quite a 4-star for me, but also I really liked a lot about it, and I really liked the different timelines. I think I was invested more. I don't know which one I was invested more in, actually. So that's why it's kind of not quite a 3-star either, because it did keep my attention. There was just a lot of time there where I was like, oh my God, I just want to listen to this at like 5 times speed so that I can read it as fast as possible, because I just felt like it was dragging. So I'm gonna land on a 3.5. I will for sure keep reading from Jennifer McMahon. I do enjoy her writing, and again, her dual timelines. Like, I hope that is something that she keeps doing, because she does the execution of it so well. Like, it's so well. Not a lot of authors could do that, but the way she does it, it's always a hit for me. Just this one in particular, it just felt like it dragged on. So 3.5 for that. And then I did start Winterwood this morning, and we have my first DNF of 2024. I'm really sad about it, okay? I'm actually really sad about it, but holy Lord, is this book overwritten. Like, so much. The prose that are in this book, like, I loved The Wicked Deep from Sharon Shaw. I thought the writing was gorgeous. I thought it was spot on. This is an earlier work. When did this come out? This was published in 2019. Now I need to know when The Wicked Deep was published. Hold on. 2018. That's interesting, because this feels like an earlier work to me. This feels so overwritten, and like she was just trying to write the most poetic kind of story ever, where The Wicked Deep didn't really feel like that. That felt like the perfect amount of like prose and like flowery. It wasn't even that flowery. Maybe because I don't know, but this is like overly flowery. When I mean she describes every single tree she comes across in these woods, I mean it. When I mean she is describing every single icicle, every single piece of snow, every single sky, cloud, everything. Everything is described. It's not just like, here was a tree. It's like, oh, I just can't. Like, here's an example. I sprint around the clot of trees and follow him into the deepest part of the forest, past elms that grow at odd angles, down steep, jagged terrain I don't recognize, where my boots slip beneath me, where my hands press against tree trunks to propel me forward, where each footstep sounds like the thunder against the frozen ground. Oh no. Like, it's all like that. It does not stop. It is just flowery after prose after flowery after prose, and like, I can't with shit like that. I feel like I'm going off. I'm definitely going off. That was too much maybe, but like, it annoys me so much, because I just want to be in the story and like enjoy the plot and enjoy what's happening, but I'm trying to like follow along with every little written thing that it just like, I can't even follow the plot. In that chunk that I read that was 38 pages, 38 pages to just say that she was taking a freaking walk in the woods and came across this boy. They went back to her house, and then we got his perspective on what happens. 38 pages of that. I'm sorry. What? What? I did not need that. I did not need 38 pages. That could have happened in 15 pages. I'm gonna shut up before I keep going. So that's a DNF for me. And don't get me wrong, I will read from Sharon Shaw again. If she comes out with something else, I will read it. But that is not my jam. Not my jam. Which makes me really sad, because I think I would enjoy the story overall and the plot overall. It's definitely my kind of story. But that's not my kind of writing, and I just can't push through. Can't push through. So here we are, first DNF, first book finish, and the end of this vlog, vlog 1. What a way to end it. So I will see you in my second vlog later in the week, and hopefully we have more wins. I mean, not that The Winter People wasn't a win, but like, I would like some higher rated books. So I will catch you then. thank you guys so much for watching this one. If you enjoyed it, give it a like. Don't forget to subscribe and turn on the notification bell so you know when I post a video, when that next vlog hits, which will be later in the week, and I will see you there. Bye!
With you and I, the future